no return, mate.
It's good to remind me of that, Tim, thank you.
On this episode,
He had a plastic bottle in his mouth.
It's a bit of a race against time to get in there, if it is in there, and actually remove it.
We get this pipe in.
There's just a few mils of PVC between me and those beautiful crunching alligator jaws. And that pipe's being tested.
Well, it hasn't cracked yet. I hope he's frightened, I am.
What the hell was that?
but first,
Geez, they're big puppies. Pulling the puppies out one by one, handing them off, and you lose count, but you look over and all of a sudden there's a room full of puppies all being worked on, and everyone's just so tense. How you going over there?
No, I'm not good.
Come on. I had one breath. Come on.
You take the next turn right and then head up that road, and then take your next turn. When you get to the end, you'll come to a T intersection and turn left. All right, we'll see you soon.
Let's grab another towel for this.
We've got a pug coming in that's expecting pups. They're notoriously difficult at this time. They find it really hard to get their pups through their narrow pelvis. I'm expecting a Caesarean, but we're going to have to see it first, and he should be here right now. How you going? John, isn't it?
Yeah, how you going, Chris?
This is Bella. Just going to bring it straight through and we'll
Yep, okay.
have a look at her. Thanks, mate. And so just in the last 6 hours, what she's been doing?
Since about 10 o'clock this morning, she's been panting, shivering, temperature drop.
Yeah.
She's normally a really playful dog, but today she hasn't been.
And do you know how many days she is?
59.
59 is she? Okay. Obviously the normal dog gestation is 63 days. Small dogs, we'd typically expect them to go a little bit earlier.
I'd never put her in the pup again, never.
Yeah.
I feel so bad for doing it.
Or just it's all a bit real now.
Yeah, I mean she's not a breeding dog, she's a family pet. Yeah, I owned her since she was 6 weeks old, and I can't live without her.
I just want to get a temperature here, just to see what that's doing. Okay. Yeah, the temperature's low. So she is going through a bit of a drop at the moment, which is what we expect in those final stages. She's certainly really anxious, and that to me indicates that she's having internal contractions that you often don't see them from the outside. So I'd put her at stage 1 labour. Stage 2 is when you actually see them really forcing them out. In pugs, typically stage 1's enough for me because that's labour. Stage 2 can be fraught with a lot of problems. Okay, what I'd like to do, mate, if that's okay, is actually take her through an X-ray. I just want to see, get a bit of a feel for how big these pups are, whether we can get a natural delivery or whether we're going to have to go to Caesarean. Okay, so I'll just take her through to X-ray now. So what we'll do is we'll get her on the side.
It's okay, Dad. I know this isn't normal. X-ray!
Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a big number for a pug. They're normally sort of maybe 3, maybe 4, but 6. And they're big too. I mean, you can see the head starts there and their little pelvis is there, so they're at least that big. There's no way a 15-month-old dog is going to have the energy and the strength to push out 6 massive puppies. I think she's just a Caesarean. I mean, there's no other way of looking at it. She's not going to get those out without help. I don't know if we're going to get them all out alive, but we really have to give them their best chance. All right, so we might start prepping her up. So spend a few little moments with her, give her a few little pats, because she's going to have a little sleep soon, then wake up and her world will have changed.
All nerves at the moment. I've been informed with everything, so hopefully they all come out okay. And hopefully Bella comes out okay, that's the main thing. Not prepared for this. She's my baby. All right, see you when it's all over.
No worries, we'll do our best, and fingers crossed we'll get them all out alive.
Yep.
But with so many, I do worry a little bit, because it's pretty competitive in there, and they'll all be jostling, and sometimes they don't all make it, so just brace yourself for that.
Right.
We'll do our best.
As long as she comes through it, all right.
Yeah. Come on.
All right, thank you.
See you, mate. That's all right. You try and relax out there, all right? If I notice one thing about John right now, it's that he's very nervous. This dog means a lot to him. He's had her since she was 6 weeks of age. This is a big hurdle in her life, and sometimes the whole romanticism of having puppies overrides the realities. And for John right now, that realness of this situation is starting to catch up with him, and you can see that. He's very quiet, he's very withdrawn, he's very nervous. We need to help him through this as much as we're helping Bella, I think. Yeah, what are you going to do, Bella? Are you going to be a wriggler? I reckon you are. The priority here is really just preserving Bella's health through what she's about to go through. She's going to lose a lot of fluid, a bit of blood, and go through some pretty big stress. So the idea of the fluids is really to support her through all that. And all of a sudden you deliver the magical anaesthetic that makes it all happen.
All my thoughts are with Bella, but I never expected 6 puppies. She's only a little dog, and I'm hoping everything goes okay. So, fingers crossed.
Well, ready to go, aren't you, girl? I'm sorry, we're going to have to intervene. Okay, we'll just dribble this in really slowly. Caesareans are the real extremes of emotion. You go from being really nervous, which is where I'm at right now, through to exhilaration when you get some puppies out alive, fingers crossed, and then anxiety. We've got to close her up and make sure she comes out of that anaesthetic alive. Okay, she's really light to us. Make sure she doesn't get on that tube. It's a normal response to the anaesthetic and also having the tube down the throat. We're deliberately keeping it very light because any anaesthetic that she takes on, the puppies also take on, and we want to really minimise how sleepy they are when they come out. So from this time, the idea is really to get these pups out in the quickest possible time without compromising how well we do it. Yeah. Oh, can you just watch that heart rate doesn't get below 100? Because that's really what's supporting those puppies, so we just need to keep that circulation up. They're literally bursting to get out here. There's almost overflowing here. Just trying to pull the uterus out. It's obviously very big and trying to keep the incision as small as we can. Jeez, that big puppy. Jeez.
Wow. That's one puppy.
It's one puppy.
Oh my.
The plan's pretty simple. They come out, first thing, clear their mouth out. You've got to remember that they're going to be basically asleep and used to just getting their oxygen from mum through the bloodstream. So you need to convince them that that's not the way it is anymore. So when they come out, I usually hold their head and just give them a little flick down to drain their fluid out. Rub them as well, that just wakes them up. If you need to, give them a little breath and it'll fill up their lungs. And once that happens, they tend to just kickstart and wake themselves up. How you going over there?
Come on, puppy. I might give a drop. This
Yep, give a drop of the diaphragm.
under the.
Under the tongue, yeah. Plenty of rubs to stimulate.
I'll just go rotate between rubs, breaths.
Got a bit of anaesthetic still in your system.
Yep. I'll just keep at it.
How you going?
No, not good.
I'll do this one.
Come on. I had one breath.
I'm getting movement.
Just give it a breath and then just leave him for a few seconds. It's good, it's good.
That was the first time he's breathing more than once in a row.
She's losing a lot of blood there. Get ready, there's another one coming.
Keep rubbing to get the anesthetic to wear off.
Okay.
All right, Isla, can you get this guy going?
Yeah.
It's the count for 3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Pulling the puppies out one by one, handing them off, and you lose count. You don't know how many you've taken out, but you look over and all of a sudden there's a room full of puppies all being worked on.
Way to start life, huh?
And occasional squeak and occasional breath, and everyone's just so tense. Other one coming.
Okay, so mine's not doing the greatest, but it's starting to gasp a little. Which one's doing really well? Is that one doing well?
Vigorous, aren't you?
How many are in here? Just 1? 2. There's 2 here. We got this number 5.
It will take a long time, so you can come out the normal way, and the normal way out through the back of mum tends to wake them up. Plus these guys have got anaesthetic on board, so it can take a lot of work. There you go, mate. Okay, he's yours.
Is he breathing at all?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Okay. Last puppy coming now. Oh, this one is there.
Keep going, we can do it. Is that one going?
Yeah, it's okay. Just keep an eye.
Yes, I've got a gas. Good. I'm gonna transfer these over to some more.
The reassuring thing for me was there was good news coming from the puppies. I could hear squeaks and some elation when the puppies started breathing.
Look at that!
Yet knowing that Bella is in such a critical condition, you do have to stay calm, and that's hard, very hard.
Fill 3 mils.
Yeah, just really slow down. So she's lost a lot of blood just through delivering these pups. She's also had a few bleeds just from the inside of her uterus. So the big concern shifted from the puppies straight to her. We're a bit worried about her heart rate dropping, and also her colour being a little bit pale because of the blood she's lost. So we've given her something called atropine to try and stimulate her heart and get that blood pumping around a little bit quicker. And also just keep it warm. But she's a long way from home. She's in a bit of trouble.
The last one. There you go.
Plan now is just to get it closed up as quickly as possible. You can fall into the trap here of rushing, and I find that the more you rush, the slower you go because you're frantic. So it's just a matter of keeping a pretty cool head and just trying to do things methodically as much as you can. Please get them to maximum.
So we've got 3 girls and 3 boys.
Heart rate's coming up too. It's all good.
So far, it's never relaxed in these ones. Okay, let's get you sewn up, Bella. What's going on over there?
They're all crawling around yelling and screaming, so I think they're all pretty happy. No one seems like they're struggling particularly. I put a hot water ball in there. I think it's their mom because they've just kind of curled up beside. They're yelling and screaming, and now they've just quieted down.
Yeah, not far. Just a few more stitches and we're done. Her heart rate's come up to 85 now. The colour's good. She's looking like she might just make it, but it didn't look that way for quite a while. It's got to be on par with the toughest cesarean I've ever done, just with the pure number of puppies, having 6 there coming out and then having mum have a bit of a bleed on us. That's tricky, and you just can't be in 2 places at once, and you've got to remember mum comes first. The puppies will come around eventually, but mum comes first.
Do you know the time?
1:45. Let's call it a 1. Why is that a significant time?
Could it be what special day?
Oh, probably my birthday now.
Aww, happy birthday!
How's she looking? Yeah, she's cool, isn't she? Bit cold, Belsy. It's alright, you'll be fine. Even though this looks quite dramatic with her shaking and shuddering like that, it's very normal and a very good part of her waking up. She's a little bit cold after the anaesthetic and she shivers to warm herself up. I think there's one very expectant father that needs to be part of this and needs to see what his girl's done. Hello. Come on through. Yeah, she's just coming out of anaesthetic, so don't worry. She's just shaking and shuddering. It's very normal, okay? So there's Bella. but she's come through it really well.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, you probably want to see what she's managed to produce.
I'm not worried about them, I'm worried about her.
Yeah. Interesting reaction from John, such a blokey reaction. You know, care about your best mate first. Puppies, they're cute, but they're not quite cute enough. Bella's the girl of his life, and that's where his priorities lay. Mate, you should be really proud of her. She did really well. Her little body's strong and put up with every single thing we threw at her, so she did really well. All right, probably should have a look at these. 6 live puppies.
There's a lot of them.
6 out of 6.
Tiny.
I think he started to crack after a while. I saw those wrinkly little faces and heard those little squeaks, and we broke him down. They broke him down. Not bad, huh?
Yeah, they're still not as cute as her.
They're pretty cute.
Bella's me dog.
Give him a couple days.
We might just give him a little bit of a drink now while Mum's not too long. The reason we're really keen for these puppies to have a drink from Mum is because Mum, at the moment, carries some really important antibodies in the milk. Plus, there's a bit of energy in that milk as well. And these puppies are new to the world, and they need all the help they can get. They need energy quickly.
All right.
Okay, mate.
Say goodbye to all me new puppies.
Looking back on tonight, it's been a long one. It happened all in such a rush, and you know, Bella's come through, the puppies have all come through amazing. We got all of them out alive, so you know, really couldn't be happier. Can hear them down the corridor. They're obviously going well.
Yeah, they're going really well actually.
How are you, Belzy?
Yeah, she's good.
Oh, you've woken up a little bit, haven't you?
Yeah, she's doing really well this morning. She's a bit surprised at...
The fact she had puppies for starters.
I know.
Didn't have those before. When you look at where she's come from since this morning, she's done remarkably well. She just looks a bit overwhelmed by them, but I guess the natural process didn't occur. She didn't have to strain for a few hours to deliver the pups and be introduced to each one at a time. She's had to come out of anaesthetic here and just be overwhelmed, and she doesn't know where they come from. So, Bella, I hate to say it, it is like looking in the mirror. She seems relaxed when they drink from her, which is great, but she just needs to recognise their smell, lick them a few times, and that bond will develop.
Yeah, did you think we'd forgotten that it was somebody else's birthday? Oh, my pooper doesn't work.
How's that? Thank you, that's very kind.
Happy birthday.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, exactly. Do we have the same birthday?
Yeah.
Puppies. And I had the same birthday. Seriously, I only just thought of that.
Alright, little girl, you gonna come out and say hello? Come on. Good girl, that's it. Hello. How many have we got? 6. They're cute, aren't they?
Let's take that to the front. We'll give them the final clearance before they go home.
Oh, that one to go. Alright, kitty winks.
Time for a weigh-in, which is going to be interesting. Let's start with our little friend here. 220 grams. 310 grams. Impressive. I can see why Bella's so interested in the weigh-in. Obviously, you know, how big the puppies are reflects how much milk she's been producing. So, you know, she's going to keep a pretty close eye on this. 250 grams. 280 grams. 300 grams too, so he's good. So we've got all the weights in apart from one. Biggest so far is 310 grams. Have a feeling that our little lady over here might just have a point to prove when we come round to the scales. So, wow.
What does she weigh?
350 grams.
Fatty Bumbalati.
40 grams heavier than any other puppy. That's a full chocolate bar's worth of weight. Bella is doing an incredible job to have puppies that are this big, this young, just shows that she's producing the right amount of milk with all the protein, fat and energy that they need, and the pups are responding. They're lively, they're happy, they look happy, and their waistlines show that. The good news, or slightly sad news, is they're ready to go home. Belsy, look at you go. Here we go, mate.
Here's me puppy.
So you've got one big puppy and 6 slightly smaller ones. What do you reckon?
Yeah, looking good.
You're very lucky to have 6 healthy, happy puppies, and fat puppies too. Do you think there's any chance that any one of these could ever be as popular as she is with you?
Yeah, never. Nobody will replace Bella. Yeah. It's going to be a handful, but I'm excited.
Where does she sit? Oh, of course.
Yeah, she's got the luxury seat.
In the front. How didn't I guess that? I was always pretty sure that Bella meant a lot to John, but then when you see Bella in the front seat, knowing that the wife normally sits in the back, you've got to realise that that dog means a lot to John. So this whole process, this whole ordeal, he must be so happy it's over. But I've got a feeling with those puppies at home, it's only just beginning.
So, what's it been like? They've been a handful?
Yeah, they have. They really have. Little one whinges all the time. The other ones poo a lot. Other than that, not much. Chew everything up they come across.
And how's Bella been?
Gone back to a normal self, as you can see. Running the muck. They just don't stop. Never stops.
Hello, Chris speaking.
G'day Chris, it's Tim from the Reptile Park. How you going, mate?
Yeah, good mate, how are you?
Yeah, well, thank you. I've a bit of a favour to ask. We've got a gator here called Alfie who's potentially swallowed a bottle.
Let's check what we've got in for today. Hang on. Okay, all right mate. I can probably move a few things around and get up there today.
Yeah, look, thank you so much for that, mate.
Righto mate, I'll see you soon. I'll grab some things and I'll see you soon.
Okay, no worries. Look forward to
Okay
it.
mate,
See ya.
cheers. Gator. There you go. You're going to have to wait, aren't you? You don't like that, I know. What's going on?
Well, we've got Alfie, our American alligator, or one of. We had a visitor come up and say that he had a plastic bottle in his mouth, they thought. We come down a few minutes later and there's no bottle. Our staff come out 3 to 4 times a day and I guess patrol the lagoon, look at the gators, but also if they see anything from a chip packet to a bottle, they pick it up. So anything that does, it's not very common.
Yeah. So if it was a bottle, it hasn't been in there for that long.
It wouldn't have been in there long.
The worry is if he swallowed it, it's gone into his stomach, and if it pushes through into his intestine, then it'll cause a blockage. From there, it can actually be fatal very quickly. So it's a bit of a race against time to get in there, if it is in there, and actually remove it. We've got to work out a way of getting in there. How many are there in there?
There's about 40, there's some big boys and moderate-sized girls, but we can catch him and I can get his mouth open pretty easy, but I don't know anything other than that.
Mate, as long as you can get the mouth open and keep it open, then I can get in there. I know how the gut works, and the great thing about the bottle is if it is a bottle, it's going to be floating at the top.
Yeah, right.
And so I can get the arm in there, the long arms do come in handy, and actually have a feel.
Okay, and that's a good thing that it'll sit up top.
The only thing is, mate, is we've got to get in there quickly, because if it starts to push into the intestine, then we're in big trouble.
Yeah, all right. Well, we're probably in luck too, because this time of day, perfect, mid-morning, he's going to be up sunning, so good time.
Okay, well, let's get on to it.
Yeah.
This is all well and good, Tim, but can you tell me why I've got the little ones?
Yeah, well, they're the beginner's sticks.
The beginners.
We know better.
I hope you do. I think if it gets close enough that I can actually use these sticks, then I'm already in too much trouble.
You're in trouble.
It looks like a cricket stump. I'm going in a battle with an alligator with a cricket stump. Oh, jeez. Yeah, tell me that's not Alfie.
Nah, that's a little one. Point of no return, mate.
It's good to remind me of that, Tim. Thank you.
All right, well, there he is. We don't want to spook him. He's out on the bank, which is a great opportunity for us to grab him. It's the easiest way.
Yeah.
So if you want to hang here,
Yeah.
we might just go up. The plan is that Obi's going to go first, straight on. I'll follow him, give him a hand. Nick will be behind me. Once we've got him and he's all's good, I'm going to jump off, come around the front and help you do the rest of it. You right?
Simple as that, mate. He's right there before. So we walk in and Alfie's not there. So I'm thinking, well, is this really going to happen? And then the backup plan.
Alfie's just actually jumped back in the water. So hopefully we can just tap on a bucket, a couple of chickens, and we can bring him up.
Oh yes, we offer them some food. Worst case scenario, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all come out.
And it's a warm day, but they should be all right. We'll try and get him to come up through the middle here in the open, and then that way we can actually, Lizzie can stand behind there and keep the alligators away.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Righto.
You got a little girl coming from this side.
Oh, that's good. I know. I'll have to jump it or push down. All of a sudden feels very small, and the only thing you've got is an even smaller stick.
We've got Martha there.
Yeah.
So just hang back a little. Remember, put the stick out as she comes.
Yep.
We get him another 2 metres, we're all right.
Sure.
We just don't want to grab him that far back because we're a bit close to the other gators.
Yep.
So another metre or 2. 1, 2, 3. You all right, Oates? Happy? It's tail. Yeah, mate, could you come and help, Chris? Just put a bit of weight on that. Lizzie will watch you behind for any gators coming up. You right, Lizzie?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm going to come off. 1, 2, 3. Good. You right, Oates? Yeah. I'll get blindfold. If you want to just jump on there, just keep them legs up, that's it.
Full credit to Alfie. He's not the biggest gator in that enclosure, but he's pretty tough. He's not going to give up without a fight.
So we can just get him to open up a little bit. Come on, mate, open up. We've got the stick in there. Now, we get this pipe in. We want to try and get it right in to start with. A little bit more. Okay.
There's that beautiful moment when they've subdued Alfie, the pipe goes in, and then it's over to me.
So,
and there's just a few mils of PVC between me and those beautiful crunching alligator jaws.
So we'll just put these stakes on either side so that it can't swing its head and dislocate your shoulder. Sure. Righto.
And that pipe's been tested, it is stronger.
Well, it hasn't cracked yet. Now's going to be the test. I hope he's frightened, I am.
It's a good one, Tim. You give me some good stuff before.
Yeah, mate, better you than me.
Better hang on to that one too. I'll use the left arm so I can still right with the right. The thing about an alligator is their jaws are made for crushing. They're very powerful, they're shorter, and they love to just clamp down. So just feeling this, it feels like
Jeez, that's
still a bit of food there.
Oh, right. Well, that's the liver that he just ate.
He's a decent size, but he'd be no match for a bottle.
No.
So, oh, it just swallowed on my arm. Oh, that's a weird feeling. Oh, it's amazing that with all that force, once you get past those jaws, everything's pretty relaxed until you get these occasional contractions that just clamp down on your arm and try to force it right in there where they want it. Oh, his muscles just fight every move I make. What the hell was that?
Nah, they're all right.
There's nothing yet. I'm feeling right around. Oh, he swallowed on me again. There's just one area right at the back that I do want to have a feel before we're sure that he hasn't swallowed it. I know we're in the right spot because we're in that food that was swallowed before. So, and it hasn't been long enough for that bog to begin to be digested and be pushed through. So I'm pretty confident if it was in there, we'd be feeling it right now, because like, honestly, my arm can't get any further.
Let's just watch Martha there. Yeah, Martha's all right. She's predictable. She always charges.
No.
Oh, that's a good result
No,
anyway.
you're clear, mate. I think you're clear.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's moments
Lovely,
like
mate.
these.
You need to
I want to say thank you to you for calling me when you do.
Yeah.
That's great, isn't it?
Look, that's a great result for us. We're pretty happy. I mean, we weren't certain if it was a bottle or not, but to have it clarified that it's not is just a bit of peace of mind. So we'll just jump up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Whilst it's a little bit overwhelming to get your hand right down to a gator's stomach, the reality of not doing it and leaving a bottle to go into the intestine and cause a potentially fatal blockage was even more scary.
If you guys loved that video, great. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel below. That way. That way.